Music Fusion is one of 24 youth music action zones across England and Wales. It's based in Portsmouth, but it services Portsmouth, Havant, Gosport and Fareham. 4 different areas with 4 incredibly different needs in music. So it's our responsibility to fulfil the needs of those areas. From the training point of view, there's 2 different approaches that we take. One is to train the young people, the other is to train people who work with young people and children. The early years programme and the Soundbeam programme have been very much about training professionals to deliver these elements of our work to young people. Programmes like the DJ work, music production and world music have been much more about delivering to the young people.
I think it went really well. The music was really appropriate for their age, and I think they could have done a very good job of keeping their attention as well.
Obviously it develops things like numeracy skills and communication skills, but also working as part of a group and sharing ideas, being involved as part of a group and being able to express themselves and explore different sounds and things. I think that really has a big impact on that development. The main thing that I found from doing the training courses with people like Cathy is that the main thing is to build their confidence, because often they're doing music, within their settings anyway, but like Cathy was saying, they get stuck doing the same old songs, and doing the same actions, using the same instruments, the same things, not exploring different elements of music. So I think by coming on the training course, obviously they learn all about that, but it all really builds their confidence in being able to do that with their children. I love it, I really do. It's lovely to see, enthusiasm and motivation from children at such a young age, but that's what music does, it really does bring that out in young children, so that's why it's such a wonderful thing to do.
During phase 1, we did a huge project with Soundbeam in partnership with Hampshire Music Service, and it was basically a training programme.
Soundbeams are the most amazing pieces of musical equipment that there are. What you've got is an invisible musical instrument, an invisible piano, an invisible synthesizer, whatever you want to call it. Just simply by moving your hand around, or it might be your head, or it might be your knee, it might be your foot, whatever. Simply by moving your hand, you can actually play a musical instrument, the sort of musical instrument that you would never have dreamt of being able to play.
I think the nearest unsound beam instrument, if you like, that you could compare it to, something like a keyboard, where you've got all those sound banks that you can tap into. And you don't need musical knowledge to be able to interpret them and make some really quite effective music out of it.
I've been to 3 surgeries now on the sound beam, and each time I've learnt a bit more, and overall I've improved my technique, knowledge and understanding.
They enjoy it, which I think is the most important thing. In a special school, you've got to enjoy it first, you know, and then you bring in the curriculum side of it. It fits into most things, you know, our literacy, numeracy, because of, you know, you go up and down 3 or 4 times, whatever. It fits into everything.
Sound beam helps them improve the quality of their life.
We're coming over working with, I think there's 4 of us working with particular groups in the Portsmouth area. The idea of the project, from what I understand it, is that the guys who we're working with have got to put the piece together, basically of their own composition, which we're kind of here to sort of hopefully push them along with a little bit, for a performance on the 11th of July in the Guildhall.
We've been, working with the BSO, we've been composing our own piece.
It's come together today, and I was quite surprised how quickly we managed to put everything together, so yeah.
They're actually controlling and writing what notes they play as well. So they're actually effectively writing their own piece.
Well, we certainly haven't done any composing before, and that's why it's been so challenging.
We've been going into various clubs and voluntary clubs and youth clubs and places all over the city. Stevie's actually the first person who's actually started the course and finished. We basically got it assessed against a level 1 OCN course, which myself and Isabel King kind of co-wrote, and it's a formally recognised qualification. It's actually come from not knowing anything about decks at all, have you? Never even seen a set of decks really before.
We'd like to thank Stevie for helping us achieve our aims by being here tonight, and hasn't she done well?
It's not been easy to do, it's hard work to get down and do it, and I know Stevie has worked really hard, and with so much determination I would have just given up, but she's really worked really, really hard, and I'm very proud on behalf of everyone here. I'd like to present you with a certificate with our congratulations and well done, Stevie.
Involved learning how to use recording software in the computer. 2 main programs, Cubase and Reason.
I'm very nervous of asking if I could go on it, shall I or not? And I think to myself, all I've got to do is just ask if I could go have a little go.
He quite liked the idea of the bass guitar initially, So he came in and had a go on that. We then started changing the beat around and we set up a keyboard sound for him to play. He's been going through the different sounds and one of the software synthesizers on the computer.
I've seen how to make good tunes with music and all that.
And now we've changed completely now to a different tune, and he's got like a house beat going, and he's programmed some riffs and parts on the keyboard.
But do you want to do like a hot beat like that, or do you want to look into those other folders?
I think the best bit is where I went on the piano, swapping tunes and swapping music. I think music is the best thing I would like to do ever. I'm thinking now, I just want to be a music teacher so I can learn more about music.
These children have been given words and tunes that they've never ever sung before, ever. So it's not a pop song, it's not an extension of a pop song. We've given them songs to learn and tunes to learn and variations on how to sing them, you see. So they've had 3 things to put together and they've done it all splendidly.
I've been working with Front Lawn School, doing sea shanties with Shep Woolley, and in Sandridge School, doing English and Celtic tunes on a tin whistle. And in both groups I was responsible for the drumming and the percussions.
It's been absolutely magnificent, really, really rewarding.
Before they use words like F words, like class, you know, and have a fight in the class, and now they want to keep quiet. They see the benefits that they get. And again, really hard kids with hard circumstances, and there is some change there in themselves, which it's very, very warm and nice to see. And
we've been looking at different drumming influences from around the world.
Graham's been doing the Latin American stuff, more like Brazilian samba. I've been doing the Indian, covering the Indian side. Rees has been doing the West African percussion.
We were working with boys who a lot of people didn't have any faith in, and I think maybe they don't have very much faith in themselves either, and to see the sense of achievement they got from it, you know, we can do this, was very satisfying.
They also understand how world or music is doing its bit to bring the world together, hopefully.
On a Wednesday evening we have a band night. We're used as a rehearsal space and kind of a networking, information-y type evening by lots of young people that are in bands. What we noticed was that although attendance on the evening is about 50-50 young men and young women, it's all the young men performing, and that was concerning us because we noticed that a lot of the young women were indicating that they'd like to but hadn't got the confidence to do it, and we felt it was largely because there were so many young men around who were kind of strong and big on that kind of thing. We were able to talk to Music Fusion and explain to them the situation we'd got, and they were really happy to help us by funding an extra evening, which basically means we can pay for the staff to come in and work specifically with the young women to build up their confidence, build up their skills, kind of help them develop their knowledge base about how to use their instruments and their equipment properly. So they'll go in there with the young men and say, we want to turn now as well, please, and feel confident in doing that.
Well, usually on a Wednesday night it's usually people playing bands, but it's mainly boys, and I'm usually spectating people playing the bands and not actually playing in a band. So
all there is boy bands, and it gets on your nerve, and they're always saying girls won't be able to do it, and if they see us at a gig it would be really funny. It's fun and you get to meet new people, you get to do new things and learn new things too.
Everyone's really friendly and they can help you.
It's so much fun, you get to meet new people and it's just a laugh.